witchy witch of our group, our resident witch. I love it. So today she's going to be talking about creating an altar. And she is a channel advisor, a coach, a tarot counselor, goddess, priestess. She's also known as Suzie, is her real name. She's a female empowerment leader who has been involved in the Wiccan and Pagan communities for over 25 plus years, teaching women how to live a more witchy and enchanted lifestyle. I love that. She excels at introducing new and old practitioners alike to tarot cards, crystals, witchy woo, and other earth-based metaphysical practices into their lives. She currently mentors students looking to expand their spiritual practices by teaching tarot basics, as well as mentoring new witches through her magical life coaching program.
Great.
I think she has a 5-day free challenge also I signed up for, but I never got to it. But I think that's available, and you can tell everybody about that. So you have the floor for the next 30 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We had some phenomenal readers. I'm enjoying everybody's different modalities. I'm like in awe of everybody's gifts and the connection that we have together. So I'm just so excited to be here. My name is Madame Zee, and I am a magical life coach. I teach women how to empower their lives through magic. I have been a high priestess for 25 plus years. I've run covens. I do new moon circles. I teach women how to become one with Mom Gaia, with the elements, and to design their destiny working together with the universe and the goddess. I'm just so happy to be here. So in the chat, I would love to know today's topic that I'm going to be teaching on is going to be creating an altar, and we're going to do this together. But in the chat, I would like to know if any of you that is joining me today has actually set up an altar or a dedicated magical space or a dedicated meditation space, whatever you want to call your space where you do your magic is what we call an altar. And I would love to know if you guys have done altars, if you're curious about altars, if you use altars, and type in the comments if you are interested or you work with altars. So Elizabeth says she has. Awesome. Awesome. So actually, let's talk a little bit about what an altar is before we actually set up an altar together. I teach my classes very interactively. When I teach, you are involved in it. I teach magic as far as make it your own. This is your signature magic. There is no right or wrong way of doing things. I give you the basics, and I give you the information, and I give you the push that you need to make it your own. So the universe knows that, hey, this is Madame Z's signature magic. I know she's doing something. Let's see. Let me catch up on comments. I have my altar with my saints. Yes, awesome. Gods and picture of my loved ones. Yes, ancestor altars or spirit work, ancestor work is another type of altar work. So let's talk a little bit about what an altar is. It's not scary. Being a pagan witch is not scary. It's not what you see in the movies. Really, what it is you are taking on your personal power, and you are manifesting it into the universe, and you are telling the universe what you want. You are in charge of your life. You are your sovereign goddess. You are the power source of your life. We are in tune with Mother Nature. We are in tune with the earth, air, fire, water elements, and spirit. So we become this huge powerhouse. Now, an altar, let's give a little bit of history about what an altar is so you know what an altar is, because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what an altar is. What do you do with an altar? An altar is a dedicated space where you have concentrated energy of what you want to manifest, what you want to meditate on, what your truest desires are, what you're working on. For example, I have all kinds of altars around my house. I have a goddess altar dedicated to specific goddesses that I'm working with. I have a love altar. I have a money altar. I have a client altar. I have a protection altar. I have a happiness altar. It just depends on what you want to manifest and what you want to work with. Let me check up on comments. Elizabeth said, I have a few rooms I like to join. Oh, she's working on joining rooms. So it's not what you think it is in the movies. I guarantee you, you probably have a space of meditation. You have a little bit of an altar. Altars can be placed anywhere that you feel comfortable placing your altar. Now, typically, I like to put my altars in a place where I frequent. I don't like to put them in closets because you kind of forget about them. For welcoming, I put in an altar near the doorway so everybody who passes through the doorway gets a blessing. For altar work, for a goddess work, I go around each room and I use my pendulum and with the goddess energy, and I ask which room they want me to put their goddess energy or their goddess altar up. For money, I always put it in the earth center because the earth corner, I mean, is the where I put all my money altering, because earth and money are grounding. So I like to put my altars on a natural surface if you can. I love stone. I love wood. I stay away from plastic as it's not natural. Copper is a wonderful energy to use as far as a catalyst of any energy that you're using to use as an altar. You can put it anywhere. If you are really into cooking or kitchen magic or kitchen witchery, there's a lot of kitchen witches who put a little altar in the kitchen so that they bring luck and love and healing and positive energy into everything that they make and anything that they cook. So really an altar is just a center point of you focusing on your prayers, your meditation, your magic, your journaling. And it's a focus point of where you want to really spend time with, to really put that magic out into the universe and ask the universe to help you manifest whatever your truest desires are or what you have dedicated that altar. Does anybody have any questions about altar spaces before we get started? If you do, type in the comments. As you can see, I'm very interactive. So let me see if there's any. Yep, glass colors water, right, yes. I like glass for certain things. But there's a school of thought that glass really isn't natural, but I'm okay with it. And I just kind of stay away from plastic. And it also depends on the goddess that you're working with. Also, if you have an earth goddess, it probably would be better to do an altar on either a stone or a piece of wood. Or if you have a sea goddess, you probably would be better if you do a little goddess energy in a bowl of water. What is the best place to have one? It depends on what you want to do. There is no place to have one.
I'm not going to be here all the time, but I just want to see what it's about.
Can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Whatever you feel that is the right place to put your altar is where it needs to be. This is where I tell my students, trust your intuition, trust your high priestess energy. Feel into where you want this altar to be. You will know. The guides and your ancestors and goddesses will tell you, no, I don't like it here. You will know that energy. And if you go around the room and you ask the universe, do you want me to put this altar here? They'll say yes, or it's an absolutely no. Sometimes I will use my pendulum to go around and I'll do some dowsing and I'll see if it says yes or if it says no. Or I will use a tarot cards and I will pull a tarot card that says yes or a tarot card that means no. It's really up to you, but I like to put it kind of out in the open so that I know I can pass by it every day. And if I do offerings, that means I have to do an offering every single day. And an offering, and we'll talk about that too when we set that up, but an offering is not what, you're not we're kind of sacrificing, but an offering is, you're giving an exchange of energy. you want the universe to grant you this thing that you're asking for. So they're up there doing the work to make things happen and to remove these blocks for you to make this thing happen for you, the specific thing that you want. So you working with the energy of the universe and the gods and goddesses. So in order to do that, you want to thank them. So maybe they really like alcohol, so you want to offer them rum, or maybe they like tobacco, or maybe they like flowers, maybe they like pink stones, maybe they like a certain kind of perfume, a certain kind of crystals or flowers or sweetbreads. If you're working with fairy energies, they love milk and honey. If you're working with a specific goddess, they like milk and honey. So especially for Aphrodite, she does like seawater, seashells, anything that's kind of airy and salty and that kind of thing. So you want to give that exchange of energy because it is an exchange of energy. So really a sacrifice is, everybody sacrifices something. Heck, if I'm on a diet, I'm sacrificing something, right? Sacrificing is not what people think witchcraft or witchy people do or occult people do, like chickens and blood and all that kind of stuff. It's really just sacrificing that first piece of bread to your ancestors, to your goddesses, to your gods, to the universe. You can have the first piece of my harvest, my first fruit of the harvest that you granted me to have a great harvest. It's that kind of sacrifice. So it's giving thanks. It's giving thanks for them to give you the blessings that you have asked for, that they have bestowed upon you. It's working hand in hand with the gods and goddesses. All right, so I'm going to switch the camera around, and because it's Lion's Gate and we are working with the energy of the Lion's Gate, I'm going to show you step by step how I create an altar for the Lion's Gate, and I'm going to keep it up for a few days until I feel like the universe says it's closed, it's done. So I'm going to put my camera on pause, and I'm going to put me on mute. I'm going to switch you all around because I don't want to make you sick. And then the view that you're going to see is my altar that we're going to create together. So if you have any questions about setting up altars, make sure you type them in the comments, and I will definitely, in the chat box, and I will definitely answer them, okay? So I'm still going to be here, but I'm going to switch stuff around. So bear with me for 1 second because I don't want to make y'all sick. So hold on 1 second. Oops.
She's setting up the altar, everybody. Please be patient. Get yourself ready if you're going to make your own altar. Get your crystals, your feathers, your pictures, your candles, your water, your herbs, your flowers, your plants, anything that means any significance to you.
All right, so let me turn the camera on and see where we're at. I'm going to have to adjust it so you guys can see it. You guys can see that okay?
Yes, we can.
All right, I'm trying to get it straight. There we go. All right. Everybody can see it? We're good?
Yeah.
We're good?
Good.
All right. So the lighting's a little bit off, but you want to choose, the first thing is an altar cloth. And I choose an altar cloth. Let me move this down a little bit. That corresponds with what I want to do. Oh, come on. Focus. I don't know why it's not focusing. So let me put it down a little bit. So I have the gold. It probably looks yellow, but I have a gold altar cloth because it has to do with the Lion's Gate. Okay. So what I'm going to be bringing in is the energy of the sun and the energy of the Lion's Gate. So what I usually do is I start off with the corresponding color for the altar cloth, okay? And then what I do is I will set up and clear out with my pendulum and go around every corner and just change out the energy, clearing out all negative energy, just so it's a negative space. There we go. And then, like I said before, I work with earth, air, fire, and water. So what I set up first is,
It keeps going in and out of clarity.
I don't know why it's not focusing. I don't know why it's not focusing.
You have it charged. It has a mind of its own.
Plugged into the computer. I don't know what it's doing.
It has a heartbeat, actually, is what it looks
Well,
like.
that could be a good thing, I think, right? It's alive.
It literally looks like there's a heart underneath that making it pound.
There you go. That's odd. So, stay. I'm trying to see if I can get it to reset. It's for trying to focus on something. I don't know.
Does it need to be so close? Maybe that's a problem.
Maybe that's, I mean, it's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, back it up a little bit.
I don't know what it's trying to focus on.
Is there anything else you can do that's ever done that before?
No, it's never done that before. It was fine a little bit ago.
Well, let's work with it. We can see it anyways. It's just
Okay.
it's just alive, is what it looks. It's alive.
You just gotta go with the technology of it, right? So, what I start off with is earth, air, fire, water. And this is going to be my water vessel, okay? Because we want to bring in the elements of earth, air, fire, water. Maybe when I put something down, it will focus on it, maybe. And then the next one is going to be earth. And I always put in a stone corresponding with what I want to bring intentions in. And so this is going to be my earth representation of that element. And I put that down. And then the fire element is going to be my incense. And you can do a specific type of incense according to what you want to manifest. And then earth, air, and this is my air. My fire is going to be my candle. And I chose a gold candle today. You want to choose a candle that is corresponding with your intentions. And today I'm using my sacred moon water that has been blessed under the full moon. And that will go into my water vessel. And then I will purify that with sacred salt. So we have all elements here. Earth, air, fire, water. And then I chose a couple of crystals. Then I just set around to bring in the energy of what I want to manifest. And each energy and each crystal has a different vibration and also has a different color vibration. And then what I do is I dissolve the salt into the water and I purify my space by sprinkling it with the moon water and the salt. So what you're doing is you're clearing and purifying your space to do your work. Decorate it as much as you want to. So I wanted to put some flowers down. I'm going to put a energy tower in the middle. Now you can put any kind of stone you want to in the middle. That's my selenite tower that I love. So I'm putting that in the middle as a amplifier. So it amplifies all this energy that we're putting into this altar. And I'm also adding goddess cards. This one that I picked is for the Leo sign, because we're working with the Lion's Gate. So that will go on there. And then the goddess that we are working with on the altar is Thecla. She has an amazing story. So I really encourage you to actually do some work with her and to research her. She has an amazing, powerful story. So I will put those on the altar. So bringing in that energy. Okay. Then I will activate this, and I'm using an activation spray. Clearing out the energy. We are going to light the candle.
Oh, nice.
Come on. This is the part of the magic that you can, like, please work. And then the incense. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. See, it blew out. So you kind of have to restart stuff, but it's okay. That's part of improvising what you have. And sometimes the universe is like, I don't want you to light a candle, or I don't want you to work with that specific incense. Okay? And then I use my selenite wand to activate it, to charge it, to put it up into the universe. And what that does is all of the smoke and all your prayers and all your things that you want to manifest, your goals, your desires are going to be brought up through that smoke into the universe so they can actually hear what you want to desire and what you want them to grant you. And then I point my selenite wand to each direction, and I activate the altar. And I do it 4 times. Earth, air, fire, water for each element. Or sometimes I will do a spiral or do it 3 times for the triple goddess, which is Maiden, Mother, Crone. And I will put that down, my selenite wand down. I will journal. I will meditate. I will do some ritual work. I will pull some cards if I need to, because the universe will tell you what you need to remove in order for this spell, this desire, this prayer to work. Magic is just not one fold. Magic is releasing. Magic is looking at things that need to be cut from your life in order for something to happen. For example, if you're working with love, maybe you need to work on communication more before you receive love. Or maybe you need to cut a certain person or a certain kind of energy before you can receive that. So magic is always threefold. It's never just one and done. Magic is very personal. Magic is very much empowering yourself, but it's very much working with your shadow side and what needs to come up for you. I love how the smoke is coming up for us. That needs to be released. Magic will tell you exactly what needs to be done in order for you to receive the blessings that you're asking for. And that is our Lion's Gate altar, and it's that simple. We are doing magic together as a whole, as a collective energy. So if anybody wants to write down what their desires are during this Lionsgate portal, I really highly recommend that you write them down on a piece of paper, fold it 3 times, and visualize me putting it under the candle or under the tower so we can manifest that for you as a collective energy. Okay. And now I'm going to switch cameras. So hold on 1 second.
She's switching her cameras around, everybody. And coming up next, we're going to introduce Lauren Mercury, one of our readers who you haven't met yet, so you can know what she's offering. And she'll be one of our speakers at 4:15. After we introduce Lauren, we have Michelle Burial. So we're going to just wrap it up here.
Okay, so I hope that you love that, how to set up an altar. Please visit me in room 33 so we can talk about what magical things you can do to empower your life. I am giving away free 30-minute sessions for people who sign up with me. And today I'm giving you guys 1 free card reading so we can see what blocks or what's coming up for you. And then I would love to see you in room 33, and let's talk about some magic and how to empower your life. Maybe some altar work, maybe some manifesting, maybe some goddess energy, working with the elements so we can get you really empowered and design your destiny together. I'll be in room 33.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was really cool. I hope everybody got some good nuggets there. I sure did.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we're going to